Hello and welcome back to Frühling, our Let's Play series on FS22. Right, so at the last episode, during the last episode, we cleared up some straw. So now that the straw is out of the way, we can get into the meadows to get the grass cut. Oh, and by the way, I did forget to mention it in my weekend episode of Silver Run Forest, but I did have an episode release on New Year's Day, so Happy New Year's to everyone. And as always, New Year, Old Year, we must get the meadows cut. This is probably the job that I've done the most on this series, aside from smashing into trees and fences, of course. But no, really though, I do feel as though, yeah, this has been definitely our most important job for the production and the continuation of producing for the farm. The silage that we sell every year from this little session is unreal. Very nice. So we shall ensure a swath is going to drop. Perfect. Oh, wait a second. Hang on, we're doing hay, are we not? Let me just have a peek at my silo. Right, we've done a bunch of silage. Right, so now we need to do some hay. So we will not cut with a swath. How do we stop the swath? I just can't remember to change it back next time. Right, well, I'm not able to figure it out, so I guess we'll just carry on as we normally would. Doesn't really matter. We do have to come with the header anyways to clear it up, and we have to re-swath, so it's fine. I'd rather keep it on swath mode so I don't forget to change it for when we do silage again. Now, we also don't have to do all hay. Perhaps we could just do this meadow as hay, and I would like to try that, or trial it out, just to see, because potentially that might be the best option for us, is to just do this one as hay and the other as silage, just for less faffing about. However, I will probably do a bit of jump cutting through both the windrowing and the collecting process, simply because that is one that we had in the last episode. Not for grass, not for silage or hay, but rather for straw. But it is the same concept, and I don't want to overdo it, even though I have episode 81. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant that this is episode 81. I didn't really have any expectations set, which is what makes episode 81 just so brilliant. I can't believe it. Actually got it through 81 so far. So I really, by the way, please do have a guess. When do you think, what episode number do you think this will end? In a natural fashion. I don't want to rush the process. I don't want to do anything different. I'm really enjoying Frühling and this map and what it's provided, and I am near to the eventual next series. There's two options I'm looking at the moment, and one of them is a Let's Play, and the other one is a challenge of sorts. So if you have any comments or any suggestions or any feedback on that, I'd greatly appreciate it. At the end of the day, it will just depend on the map and how things go, and but I think we are very near. So, right, as we are with the mowing, because it doesn't take that long to do it, especially now with our new 10-meter Pottinger beast. Yes, it is a very, very good. Right, so what we'll do then for this session, especially with the mowing, is we will drop it into a time-lapse. I will mow the same way in the other field, with the swath and all that, because I haven't fully decided. I've got loads of silage, yes I know, but I'm just trying to think of how much hay we actually end up using. So we could use more silage, just because it's so much easier to actually make. The hay that we have, we could use a small amount, and use the rest for the horses. but they also have their oats now, so that's good. Yeah, well, we'll sort it out. We will get the cutting done, and we'll go from there. It's very possible, actually, that I'll do all of this as silage. I don't know. It's just one less piece of faffing about. But I might stick to my what I said earlier about actually doing this as all hay. So we shall see, but we will carry on with the time lapse for the grass cutting. Alright, well there we have it all done. Now I know there are missed bits here and there, but again, as I've said in previous episodes, it's not a big problem. I'll get them next time. Alright, so I've decided we will do some tethering. I will probably use the mowers once more before the end of the season, at least, so I will just pop them away for the time being, as we don't... There we are. Yeah, I'm not sure why the swath dropper here. Let's see if it shows up now if we disconnect. I'm just very curious why it was doing that. Yeah, it doesn't even give the option. I thought it was Y something, but I could be wrong. It's alright. Luckily, it's not imperative. It's not like we're stuck on a full dropping and then we had to switch it to a swath, because then it would be a bit more imperative to get it sorted. And I have got myself very stuck. Ah, there we go. Alright. Not so bad. Not so bad indeed. Right, we'll lower that down. I'll just get rid of it completely. Right, now we must find the tedder. I believe it's in this small shed here. To my right, my left, your left, my left. It's in here somewhere, I'm pretty certain. Hello. Right, okay, well, we will get this underway as well. I will do both fields. Might as well. I mean, the hay is just one extra thing that we can use for the TMR instead of silage, thus bringing more money in from, here we go to the far one again, from the silage. If we are doing mostly silage for the animals, or for the cows I guess, TMR rather, not silage, then yeah, it would be alright to use. An uneven mix, if it's more hay, that's fine. But, right, we will get this on. Now, my only worry is that I'm going to have to come back through, yeah, with the windrower, but that's no matter. That's why I wasn't concerned about doing fancy bits in the first place. It looks all right. It looks like, is that a swath that we can? Oh no, you can see the odd bit flying to the side. It is keeping a fairly nice row, I will admit. Anyways, well, this will take a bit longer than the actual mowing itself, because we do have to essentially cover the same space as the mower. But no matter, it does need to get done. If I feel as though we have enough hay after the first meadow, then so be it, and we'll move on to the next part, really. Alright, well, we have the Meadow 1, or Meadow 2 I suppose. We should call this Meadow 2, as Meadow 1 is the other one, the primary. but I believe that this will be the only hayfield we do. I will tuck the tedder away. I know we haven't done much tethering for a while, but I believe that is all that we'll need for now. Plus I do want to get all of the grass work completed before August, just so that we can focus on other things, really. Because as I've said, we will have, I guarantee it, we'll have another cutting session to do before the end of the year, before winter time. However, I don't know for certain. We'll probably just do silage then as well. But yes, I'm not too concerned about that. I am concerned where my windrower is. Oh, right. I've tucked it away in here, because we just used it last episode. Right, so for the windrowing of the meadows, it will be very quick. In fact, I might even just skip right over it. I suppose we could get started at least. The reason being is, I mean, last episode we did a bunch of windrowing as well, and I just don't want to overburden the rower, or you with the rower, I suppose. Same with the collecting. It'll be a bit more a jump cut style versus a time lapse. Right, suppose I need to open this up to always remember what's the best course of action. Probably this way. Yeah, perfect. This, the nice thing is, we can get some massive rows out of it. It does really pull everything together quite nicely. So I'll try at least and get it all nicely into one row. Deceivingly smaller than I anticipated it to be. Yeah, we're gonna have missed bits, absolutely. It's almost not worth using a windrow, but what we'll do is I'll just quickly do this off camera, get it done, and then we can carry on to the collecting, which again will also be done fairly rapidly. So worst case is we just come back for these little missed bits, but this is going to be a bit of a tidying job indeed. Right, we'll probably, as I've said, not time-lapse, but rather figure it out and potentially put in some jump cuts. We shall see. But we'll see you soon, either way. Alright, well, I am just finishing up, but as you can see, I didn't really want to include too much in the video before this, just to show you the absolute units I've created of swath here. This one in particular is very, very... it's literally half the height of me. In crouch, I'm in the swath. So this will be interesting to see how the... well, it's two swaths, really, two massive swaths, to see how the collector can actually handle this. I may have included a cheeky jump cut shot or something just to show you that what was happening. But yeah, for the collecting, it'll be a very similar thing in the sense of I did a bunch of it in the last episode, so we might not see too much in terms of a time lapse for that, but that's fine with you, I'm sure. Hopefully. Let me know. We'll stick this in here because it does need a washing, and we'll probably not use it for, well, till the next cut, I suppose. But it could do the washing anyways, and it's out the way. So I'll put that there. What we'll do now is we'll go over towards our loading wagon. We'll get it hooked up, and then we'll see you back in the meadows. Alright, so I've collected a bit of the debris on the side there, but I'm going to make our way into this swath. I don't know, first or third person might be the best. Oh, also lowering down the pickup is extremely universally useful as well in this instance. Right, well, it seems to be, as long as we don't go too fast, even if we do, can we go max speed? Look at that! That is it, like we're mounting the swath just to alleviate it of existing. Unbelievable. We might not be able to get all this. It's a very thick swath. Look at that. Right, well, we are essentially... right, we'll have to... yeah, we've got lots to clean up. Well, we're full up, so we'll take the 32,000 litres, dump it off in the silo, and then we'll very quickly tidy up the rest of this hay. We'll also make our way into meadow number 1, as we do have grass there waiting to be collected and fermented into silage. Right, so we'll crack on with this, the odd little clip here and there. Probably not a full time-lapse session though, as I've said a couple times. I think I said it too many times. Anyways, right, we'll get this unloaded and we'll see you back in the meadow. Alright, well here we are at the very end of the grass collecting and completed. Beautiful. So yeah, missed bits here and there, not a problem. I believe we had about 2 full loads, so this does seem to be the smaller meadow now. Not sure exactly how much smaller, but right, let's dump off and see our totals for both hay and for grass. So grass is going up, that's alright. Yes, so 72,000 we got from the grass, which is less absolutely than the hay. So it did work out. I'm glad we did. I'm pleased about that actually. So let's go in here. Glad that happened. So grass silage can now be activated to turn into silage. So we'll just add on to this. It'll be a plethora more. Over 500,000, which is fantastic. So that 150,000 difference between straw and silage, hay and silage, whatever the difference is what will be sold essentially. If we sell a bit more hay, use a bit more hay for TMR, then we'll just have that much more silage to sell. Right, okay, this is done. Now we will move on to the next task. Alright. So, the next task, indeed, is to feed the cows. Well, all the animals, actually. So we fed the horses their oats, and the cows are now all fed. So, we will close all this up, and we will make our way to the house. We'll have a lovely rest. Look at this lovely sunset coming through. Absolutely beautiful. And, yeah, the chickens have yet to climb any trees, so I'll keep you updated. Right, we will rest and I will see you in August. Good morning and welcome to August. Right, we are just we are just walking down to field 13 here to our combine harvester, so that we can make our way to field 15 and start harvesting that field. We do have the sorghum in there. I didn't check that it is ready to harvest, but I can only imagine that it is. We do have to bring this down there anyway, so we might as well mosey on down as I sort of go over a couple of things. We will be checking our productions as well. Grass silage is almost completed, strawberries are fine, cake is going on. Look at the sugar, it's 5,500 litres. I didn't really realise how slow the cake actually gets made. It is quite a slow production, but it does pay out quite nice. Now, we are in August, and I feel like I haven't checked the prices of anything for a long time. Have I been missing the max prices of stuff? I've just been going and getting things done. It's been a very busy harvest time. I should probably have a look, because we would have, well, strawberries definitely could be sold. Look at that. It's a field of of strawberries. Right, this looks very ready to harvest. So I'm going to just tuck the trailer in here. Perfect. Now, let's have a look at everything. So, oat and barley we'll be keeping. Milk we're not selling. We are bringing to create... Oh, we do have loads of milk. We should relocate that. Cake, when is it best? September, right, so next month. We do have some... No, we don't have any bread. We also have honey, which is March, which we just dealt with. Would have just dealt with. Strawberries, when is... Okay, January, that makes sense. We have our silage as well, will be in January time. So maybe not. Well, what about butter? I suppose we should check January as well, and then chocolate. Chocolate. Where is chocolate? January as well. Right, so January will be a ridiculous sales time. So good. Haven't missed anything. Right, let's look at the production value. Productive value. Oh, 98%. Look at that. What a beautiful field as well. Let's get the sorghum harvested. And the nice thing about the sorghum is that we will actually be using this for flour. So we're going to be getting our flour production up again. But I'm thinking that at this point, it's going to be... I mean, we will use the flour indeed. But I don't want to make more flour than we necessarily need to. Although we can sell what we don't use for cake, of course. However, I'm just not entirely certain that that's going to be necessary. We'll have to see, because we might get quite a bit of flour out of here. But we can also use this as animal feed. Well, chicken feed, at least. Right, let's get that opened up. And let's get harvesting. Alright, brilliant. So we do not have a swath with this. It always looks like it's not being harvested, but we'll just check. Nope, straw is not available with this crop type, which is absolutely fine. We knew that going in, we knew that. Yeah, this is a very nice crop. It's a very beautiful crop indeed. It's a gorgeous crop, actually. You should really just get a nice feel for that, isn't it? Beautiful. I do like doing sorghum. I've done it once or twice on this map, I believe, on this playthrough actually. I can take the beacon off now. Actually, I think what would be nice is to check something that I've been meaning, because now it's August, which is when we started the playthrough. So every August becomes our sort of anniversary of the farm. And I know there's a statistic for that, to check how many seasons have passed, and I'd like to see that. How many hours as well. I believe we're over 125 for this particular playthrough. So I'll have to check that out and see. Right, we'll just go to the end here. I am very curious. Did I miss that little bit? Oh, I did do. It's 1 litre of sorghum. Right, so let's just line up here, then I'll have a quick peek. It will be better to do the headland here. Right, so let's go to statistics. Look at that, 125 hours, 42 minutes, and 7 years played. That is pretty brilliant. Lots of fertilizer used. I've only produced 9 bales, and that was from 2 missions. That's amazing. Look at all these details as well. Work times, sprayed time, look at all that. Wow, that's a lot of kilometers, and that's just around the small map as well. Right, well, let's crack on. There we are, 7 years. Brilliant. Not bad for 7 years to have kind of finally found an established way of doing things. I believe we were fairly established earlier on, but now we are pretty free to do with what we will, including potentially purchasing a new combine harvester, which would be quite nice. This is a great harvester, but only because we can. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, maybe I should just keep it, because we've had it since the beginning, and it's perfect for our farm. We have options. Anyways, I will probably stop rambling. We do have a lot of field to cover, actually. This is a fairly big field. It's the biggest on the map, but I do like it. For me, this is the biggest size field I'd like to go to for this size of farm. Does that make sense? I prefer small scale, very small scale. I do prefer the older vintage stuff as well, which does fall into the small scale stuff very nicely. But yeah, brilliant. I would love to hear yours as well. Do you prefer doing the big, massive, more even American style farms? There are big European maps and fields and all that as well. Even Carnsden massive. Carnsden has some massive fields. But yeah, anyways, I'd be curious to know your preference. Right, as I said, way over there on that side of the field, enough of me yammering. Let's crack on with the harvesting and see what yield we get. Right, well, the sorghum harvest completion approaches. I'm feeling very pleased with this harvest, especially considering we got way more yield than I was actually expecting. Again, I never do go in with any expectations, unless I've at least harvested the field before with that crop, which in this case I have not. But this is brilliant. I mean, we had 2 full hoppers and about 30% of a third. Not only that, but I missed a lot. I missed a lot of little bits. I think I was just struggling with where exactly the sort of the edge of the width, sorry, of the full width of the header versus the actual crop itself. This might bring us up to 30%. I can't really say. I guess it's not that bad. Just a few bits here and there, and a few little. Wanted to get some nice perspectives of the harvest. You know, different angles, interior angles, and front facing angles, and thus some missed bits occurred. But no matter. We are clearing them up, and I will tidy this up off camera. So as you can see, we're at 29, blimey, almost at 30% now, and we'll get it loaded into the trailer, and then we'll see you down at the windmill. Alright, so just pulling into the yard with the windmill now. We have 27,949 litres of sorghum. We'll line up very nicely with the hatch here, get it all loaded in. This trailer, I suppose I should sell now. This one here, it's been alright for what we needed it, but we don't really need it anymore with the flatbed that we have. Right, I just need to open that, whoa, and climb up here apparently. There we are. And unload the sorghum. Now, this will only take 25,000 litres. I'm more than certain that's what it takes. 25,000. Let's see how it's unloading. Beautifully. Yes, it is full with... right, that is completed. So we'll deactivate that. We'll go down to sorghum flour. 27,000 it takes. Oh, blimey. So what's that? Less than 1,000. We'll very quickly give that to the chickens. I suppose we could just keep it for more flour, but I mean, it's alright. 1,000 it will, yeah, it's fine. We'll just give it to the chickens, because this little bit of extra, plus what's in the silo, will probably hold them over till the next harvest, wheat or barley. It doesn't make sense to feed them sorghum. It doesn't make sense to... Sorry, let me rephrase that, because I'm literally doing that now. It doesn't make sense to feed them sorghum from harvest, basically directly harvesting for chicken food, but it does make sense if you have a bit of spare leftover stuff. Perfect. So, before we carry on, we do have one very important thing to do, and I will do it from here because the angle is very nice. In fact, let's zoom in a bit. Right, are you ready? Let's go to here, sorghum flower, activate, and it begins. Ah, it's wonderful. Isn't that lovely? Right, well, here, let's get a full view of everything once again. And our little chickens, no chickens in the trees. Right. Well, there we have it. So we have our sorghum in, we are producing flour, we have everything sorted at the other productions, they're fine. The sugar is slowly going away, which means in time we will eventually run out. But until that time, we've got many episodes left. So, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care, and bye for now.